Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Siti Nur Maharani. You can call me Rani. Now I will present an argumentative essay as my final English assignment. First of all, I would like to thank Miss Tatu as a lecturer in the English course. The title of the theme that I discussed this time was the impact of bullying on children's self-confidence. As we know that cases of bullying still occur frequently in our country. That is my reason for bringing up this topic as the title of the theme of my essay argumentative assignment. Have you seen bullying behavior, or if even experienced the bullying case directly? Then what are the impacts that can be caused by this bullying behavior? Over time, bullying behavior continues to threaten Indonesian children. Bullying cases that often encounter occur in educational settings, such as the school level up to the university level. The cases that occur are not far from seniority and intimidation by perpetrators, who were senior or older towards younger victims. The bullying behavior is carried out both psychically and non-psychically or verbally. The culture of bullying that is rife in Indonesia has a very bad impact to the character development of children in Indonesia. Bullying behavior received by victims both psychically and non-psychically can result in damage to the self-confidence of the victim. Even though every individual should have the same rights, expression, opinion, freedom of expression, and achieving according to their abilities. Definition of bullying. Based on the opinion of Barbara Coloroso, bullying is a conscious and intentional hostile act that aims to harm, such as frightening through threats of aggression and causing terror. This includes actions that are planned or spontaneous, real or barely visible, in front of someone or behind someone's back, easily identifiable or hidden behind friendship, carried out by child of group children. Bullying is repeated psychological, social, or verbal attacks carried out in a position of situational defined power of their own benefit or satisfaction. Bullying is an early form of aggressive behavior, namely rude behavior. It can be psychology, talk words, or a combination of the three of them. It can be done by groups or individuals. The perpetrators take advantage of other people he sees as the vulnerable. His action can be mocking names. The victim is harassed or another and can be detrimental to the victim. Bullying can occur anywhere, in urban areas, rural areas, public school, private schools, during school time or outside school time. Bullying occurs because of the interaction of various factors which can come from perpetrator, the victim, and the environment in which the bullying occurs. Two, causative factors. Based on the opinion of psychologist Seto Mulyadi, bullying is caused by two factors, namely, one, in his opinion, currently teenagers in Indonesia are full of pressure. The pressure mainly comes from schools due to the dense curriculum and the teaching techniques that are too right and do not keep up with the times. So it is difficult for teenagers to channel their non-academic talents. This feeling of dissatisfaction is channeled through the wrong path, namely by bullying and hurting other people who are weaker. 2. The culture of feudalism that is still strong in society can also be caused by bullying, one from which is culture of seniority. Bullying behavior in children is caused by many things. In the opinion of MC Dougal, in every person there is an instinct to attack and fight. The impulse of this instinct is feeling angry because of something, especially because they feel threatened or their needs are not met. So he did bullying to release the emotion he was holding back. Another factor that causes bullying behavior to occur is also the result of the influence of the media watched by children, such as free television shows in Indonesia, from children's entertainment cartoons, seen on soap operas, news of violence in other areas that can be viewed freely by children. Children can give them examples of violent behavior that children will practice in their surroundings, or he sees this continuously. His empathy for violent behavior will increasingly disappear, and children will think the violence is normal. 3. Negative effects of bullying. Negative effects on victim. Coloroso points out the danger is bullying befalls victims repeatedly. The consequences of bullying for victims are that the victim will feel depressed and angry. He is angry with himself, the perpetrators of bullying, the people around him, and adults who cannot or do not want to help him. This is then began to affect his academic performance, since he is no longer able to come up with constructive ways to control his life. He may increasingly lose self-confidence and not want to socialize with the environment around the child. The consequences that occur as a result of bullying indicate that bullying behavior contributes to low levels of self-confidence, low student academic achievement, low self-esteem, high depression, high juvenile delinquency, and adult crime. The negative impact of bullying is also seen in the decrease in intelligence, test scores, and analysis skills in children. Negative effect on the people who witness. The impact on other students who witness bullying is, if bullying is left without proper follow-up or handling, then other students will become spectators, can assume that bullying is socially acceptable behavior. Under these conditions, some students might join the bullying out of a fear of being the next target, and some might just sit around doing nothing, and afterwards they feel there is no need to stop them. 3. Negative effects of bullying. Negative effects on bullies. The impact on the perpetrators, which generally happens to bullies, is that they have high self-confidence with high self-esteem, tend to be aggressive with pro-violence behavior, are typical of hard-boiled people, easily angry and impulsive, low tolerance against frustration. Bullies have a strong need to dominate others and lack empathy for their targets. What is expressed is in accordance with what was stated by Coloroso, which reveals that students will be trapped in the role of bullies, cannot develop healthy relationships, are less competent to see from other perspectives, have no empathy, and consider themselves strong and favored by bullying. The perpetrator will assume that they have power of the situation. If left continually without intervention, this bullying behavior can lead to the formation of other behaviors in the form of violence against children and other criminal behavior. Conclusion and suggestion. Based on the explanation above, we can conclude that bullying has a broad impact on the environment, including everyone involved in it, either directly or indirectly, in the short term or in the long term. The impact caused by bullying behavior is also very dangerous for children. Children who are victims of bullying will continue to get pressure and ridicule from their friends and will cause very heavy mental pressure. Or maybe even worse, this bullying behavior can cause deep trauma to the victim. Those who are victims of bullying will be afraid to socialize and interact with other people. As the result, they begin to distance themselves from their environment, so that children who are not confident are formed, or even worse, children who become stressed and reduce their performance due to this behavior. Because of that, we must stay away from bullying behavior, supervise children friendship environment to avoid bullying behavior. And also, we must provide education about bullying behavior and its negative impact on children's character development, so that in the future they can grow into individuals who are confident, active, and achievers in their respective fields. And these are some of my reference courses in making argumentative essay. If you want to ask questions about my argumentative essay assignments, you can send them via the comments column. Thank you.